Okay, friends, I'm going to milk a cow by hand who has never been milked by a person. She has only ever been milked by a robot milker. So I thought I would show you how I go about this process. All fun things start with hooking up the trailer, right? Right. Marius always unplugs it because on our other vehicle it's a parasitic draw. But everything looks good, away we go. I'm very spoiled and my husband always hooks up the trailer for me. It's one of the ways he speaks my love languages. He may not bring me flowers, but he hooks up the trailer for me. I got home and he was like, let me do this, please. And I was like, I would love for you to do this. She was pretty calm. Jeremy was in there taking her halter off and stuff, her collar off.
Cows are pretty calm.
She does have some brown. Jeremy thinks she has some jersey in her. Her ears too?
Yeah, oh, totally got jersey.
I felt that she's a cross of 3 kinds. Because there's the black kind, the white kind, and the brown kind.
Oh, what have we done? Don't go exploring.
Don't go up there, cow!
Let's just watch what happens.
Well, meet Delilah. Here, come this way, cow. Come to the feet. Come on. Hi, cow. Oh, you's a nice cow. Yeah. Woo, yeah. Okay. Ah, so fun. So did I buy a new cow? No, I did not. What did I do? I borrowed a cow. Yes, friends. A neighbor offered to lend us a cow. So the vet says I need to hit her hard with penicillin. Thankfully, I have it from when we treated Mossy and it hasn't expired. I also need to give her a high iodine salt. It is a 14-day milk dump. And the vet thinks that probably 30 days before it would even make good cheese again. To say I feel discouraged is an understatement. This is Delilah. Meet Delilah. Okay, Delilah, we're gonna go in for milking. Delilah has never been hand milked. Our friends discerned for us that she was hand milkable teats, easygoing, only about 4 gallons a day butter fat. She's mostly Holstein, but she's got a little bit of Jersey in her. And she gives a high butter fat, 5% or more. So let's see how this goes. So the first step is getting her into the stanchion. She has no idea what it is. There is a dingbat puppy eating cow poop. She's used to puppies though. The dairy farm has a puppy that's a dingbat too. Come on, Delilah. Matt, can you get out of the way? The other thing is she probably has no idea what a bucket of grain is. She's never had grain in a bucket. She's also never had a round bale. She has silage in front of her. So, yeah. Mac, do you want to help me? Mac?
Yeah.
Do you want to help me? Because right now you're not helping.
She's a lot bigger than a...
Okay, don't touch her head. She's not used to being handled by us. Remember, she's nervous of us. Well, they're not that small. They're at least Jessa's size. So she's not mean. She just doesn't know where to go. She's a little lost. Mac went to get grain. See if that might work. Hey, girl. Okay. Yeah, Delilah, it's okay. So definitely one of the hardest parts is just getting them into routine. I will also break rules and let them eat grain while they're milked the first couple days if it means they're calm in the stanchion. Hi, cow. Why are you going behind her? Go in front of her, please.
I'm going.
Okay, so let's see if she knows what a bucket of grain is. Normally when I get a cow from a dairy, they don't know what a bucket of grain is.
And
Yeah, it's okay. We can bring Jessa in too.
come on, Delilah. So you get out of here. Sorry, kids. We're the boss.
Come on. Come on.
Come on, Delilah.
You gotta show her what it is, Mac. Or maybe she'll come. Oh, she figured that one out. Okay, just walk slowly. Okay. If she's going to be rude, you smack her on the nose, show her boundaries. I know Jessa has no boundaries.
You are a...
Clover's like, hello, I'm waiting for you. She just come back out. She's ready to burst. Well, they're walking towards us, so that's
Clover. Come on.
good. We got our bucket.
Maybe if Clover came...
The other thing that I meant to tell you is I find it takes an average of 5 milkings before your cow will get into a good routine. Those first 5 milkings honestly can really suck. They can be really, really hard and really, really frustrating. But keep going. It does get better. Come on, Delilah. Delilah. Come on, Delilah. Delilah. Come on, Delilah. Come on. Hey, Freya, just back off a bit, okay? I know. It's okay, Mac. Oh, she bigger in here. Let's let her eat for a second. Yeah, and I'm gonna carefully close her in. It's okay.
Yeah, she's a ginormous.
Yeah, she bigger than Clover. And Jessa, that's for sure.
It's gonna be hard milking her.
Lucky
Your
man.
knees are short to the ground.
Okay, so the light's not great, but Freya, you can just walk by. Just walk by, Freya. We're just gonna start by brushing her.
She's a messy girl. She doesn't have to do a big cleaning of her udder. Mama, why don't we send her through the brush before we...
Could I choose some music to listen
No, Mac. Okay, this is a kick bar, which I need to make way bigger because it's currently at jersey size. But what it does is it hits a pressure point that it makes it harder for them to kick. So I always do this on a cow until I have a feel on how they're gonna act. This is just a safety measure.
It's been 5, not 6. Let's see.
Be a little bigger. I usually, if I've never put one on the cow before, I start on the bigger side. Freya, you're not filming me. I start on the bigger side, and then so that it's not so startling them to get on. And then I can always make it smaller when it's on them if needed. So it's kind of, she's in between sizes there. So remember that this also does mess with their mobility a little bit because they can't use that leg as well. So just be careful with that. If a cow is really kicking a pile, it might not be safe to use. The other thing I do is instead of standing like this, where if she kicks me, it's gonna kick my face, I stand like this. So if she kicks, she's mostly just gonna push me away and she's gonna kick forward away from me. So this is another safety measure on how you can wash them better. So I usually then have my arm up on the cow. So I chose a warm washcloth and not just dairy rags tonight because the warm water will help her let down because she's not used to letting down for a human. She's used to letting down for a robot.
It's filming you and the cow in the bars.
Yeah. Okay, so this helps with her let down because she's just not used to letting down for a human. Helps her relax, feels nice. Ah! How much you lose?
Quite a bit.
Mac just lost his bucket from Clover, but thankfully it's getting dumped anyways, I guess. Okay, the other thing I do, Freya, when I'm first milking a cow, I don't expect to sit down. I have a big bucket that I dump into, and then I have a small bucket that I milk into. But first, whoa, it's okay. That startled her, that noise. First, I'm just gonna strip. So I always just test out this noise. If you have a cow that's really spooky, don't milk into a metal bucket because the noise of the milk hitting the metal bucket can really spook them. You're okay, Delilah. I'm not gonna get super picky on how she's standing tonight. Actually, I'm gonna milk into the plastic bucket. I'm not gonna get super picky on how she's standing because right now it's most important that we just stay calm. So because I have such a tall bucket, I am gonna, and I'm still not squatting to milk. Oh, Mama Pig finally came out to eat.
Here?
Yeah. Don't, please, Hamish, I don't need you startling the cow. So I never expect a cow to let down for me for the first 2 to 3 days. They're always gonna hold back and it's stressful, but it just is what it is. Hey, you're okay. No. The other thing you want to be careful is that your head is my head is nowhere near this kick bar. So I'm putting my head forward of it because if they come at you, that bar hurts on your head. The light's getting bad, so I'm kind of going to stop filming here, but I'm going to pick up in the morning and show you how the morning milking goes. And, you know, if anything drastically happens different here, I'll show you. So she actually is letting me milk. The hardest part at this point is she basically has no letdown. So I'm just mostly stripping and not getting much. Letdown will come though.
What?
You enjoying the puddles?
What?
You enjoying the puddle?
Yeah.
Okay, friends. It's morning. I have Delilah in. I actually already started milking because I was doing a Zoom live call with my members, my VIPs. But I had to stop because Delilah was getting a little antsy. I had already milked Clover. But I'm going to show you. So often there's a honeymoon period where the first milking, they're kind of like in shock. And then they're a little more antsy. So I'm going to show you how I handle that this morning. I'm just going to let the camera roll while I milk her. So I was a little in debate on the kick bar because she kind of was shifting around and it's not safe with the kick bar because she didn't have good mobility. But then I took it off and then she was kicking. So now we put it back on. I'm also still drinking my morning coffee. So I'm just milking into a small bucket and a small plastic bucket because metal makes a loud noise, like I said yesterday. I threw hay down for some grip and accidentally got hay on her belly. So the most frustrating part at this point is that she's just not letting down. And so it makes milking harder because she's not letting down. So I'm stripping, I'm not milking because she's not letting down. Hey, cow. So when they're antsy like this with the kick bar on, it's hard because they don't have good mobility with the kick bar on. No, come back over this way. Good girl. Good girl. Hey. You're okay. Her foot slipped in front of the platform. You're okay. Good girl. Good girl. The one problem with a low bucket is you easily end up with stuff in your bucket. I'm definitely like a higher bucket more. Hey, chickens, can you get out of here? There's like chickens like surrounding us right now. I had to throw the brush at a chicken earlier because a rooster came and crowed right in front of her face. And you can guess how much a cow who'd never seen a chicken before likes that. These mats are slippery this morning because there's a hole in the roof. Hey cow, just chill. Easy girl. Easy girl. Easy girl. I should just even not worry about milking into a bucket and just milk onto the ground just to drain her. That's the other thing, that if a cow's being antsy, just worry about getting them drained. Don't worry about trying to get milk for the house for the first milkings. You don't have to aim so good in a tall bucket. Ideally, when they keep moving, you keep milking, even if you're milking onto the ground, even if all you're doing is holding your hand on. Let them know that them moving doesn't mean you're gonna stop milking. Because otherwise they learn that, oh, if I kick, if I move, they stop milking. I'll just keep kicking and moving and they won't milk me. If you don't have a kick bar, and you're getting a cow, that is one of your biggest mistakes. It really slows down their kicks. So the annoying part right now is that she's just not letting down because she's not comfortable, which is understandable. But it makes for harder milking. And every time I touch the side of the bucket, I get milk on my hand, and then my hand's sticky, and then I can't strip well. I woke up this morning with sore hands, and that was something that I wanted to talk to you guys about in this video. So, when you first start milking an animal, no matter how little or much milk they give, no matter their teat size, your hands are probably going to be sore. Like, I felt it even just in learning to milk the goat who had the tiny little teats with a quart of milk. My hands were sore. But there's differences in sore hands. There's sore hands, like, okay, I've actually never really done a workout, but like people say like leg day. After leg day, your legs are sore. Okay, well you just had a hand workout. So yeah, your hands are gonna be sore. They're gonna be a little achy. That's normal. Do your hands feel tingly or numb? That's not good. Tingly or numb, if you're getting that, there's a couple possibilities. One, something is pinched in your neck or your shoulders that's making you have tingles. So go see a chiropractor or an osteopath or something like that. Get yourself adjusted and hopefully you feel better. If after doing that you don't feel better, hopefully the chiropractor, whoever you saw, get them to assess you for carpal tunnel too. Like, because if you're starting to get numb, good girl, Delilah, good girl. There's a chance you got the oncomings of carpal tunnel. If you have the oncomings of carpal tunnel, you do not need to be milking a cow by hand. You need to pass it off to someone else in your family or get a machine milker. It is not worth ruining your hands and the rest of your day and all the things you need to do with your hands for a cow. Okay? Easy, girl. So I don't actually worry about milking them out all the way, like to the last drop, when I'm in this sort of situation, because I know she's holding back so much as it is, that I just do the best I can. I try to end milking on a good note and hope the next time she lets down better. As they get fuller, they let down better. So last night, she was milked at 10 a.m. on the robot milker, and then I milked her at 7, so it'd only been 9 hours. And she was mooched. There's the stress where she was not probably producing much milk in that stress. So now she had 12 hours overnight. She produced a little more. She let down double the amount of milk. So tonight she'll be more full, which could make her more cranky, but she will also let down better. So the one part you didn't see was where she kicked at me because I didn't have the kick bar on. All it was like this, like it wasn't, it was kind of just like it wasn't much. It wasn't a lightning kick. However, they can go two ways. They can either get faster as they get more frustrated, or they can realize that you're not gonna let them get away with it and they'll stop. So I'd let her do it twice and then I put the kick bar back on. Okay, so yeah, this is all we're getting. There's no more left. So now, I think I got some milk on the camera. I'm gonna take the kick bar off. We ended milking on a good note. She was calm. things were good. If they're kicking a bunch, as long as you can safely do so, I always think you need to at least get like 5 to 10 good squirts, even if you're standing up, milking them onto the ground. 10 good squirts where they don't kick and they stand still, and then you end milking. End milking on a good note. I don't know what that was on my face. Looked like I was wearing earrings. I was like, I swear I didn't put earrings on this morning. Okay, so I'm gonna let her out now. I already milked Clover. I gotta milk the goat still. Normally my boys would be helping me, but because I was doing a live video, I just did it on my own. I'll show you how it goes this evening. If you like what I share, I love if you would subscribe and leave a comment or like this video. Interacting with videos you like is an excellent way to show YouTube that YouTube should show me to other people. The other interesting thing is about ads. I don't know if you knew this. If it's a short ad, you have to watch the whole thing in order for content creators like me to get paid for the video. If it's a long one, over 30 seconds, you need to watch 30 seconds for us to get paid for that ad for the video. So, a way that you can support content creators and video creators that you love without any extra dollars out of your pocket, unless you pay extra for internet or like have metered internet. That's like my... For the majority of us, watching a 15-second video is very little extra effort, no extra money, but it supports the people that you love on YouTube. Oh, she's actually letting down, kind of. What's that?
Are Delilah's teeth like pretty even, pretty sharp?
Yeah? Oh, I don't know, because she's never fully let down for me.
Clover's every teeth is different, which I hate.
I know. When you're down like this, be aware of where this is. Don't have your head against it. Have your head this way or that way. Don't have your head where you could get hit by the kick bar if she moves suddenly. Hey, no. So Delilah is eating some grain. The first milking last night, she wasn't even relaxed enough to eat grain. So I'm glad that she is. Relaxing her. She's still standing still. I still have to figure out the logistics on giving Clover and Delilah grain without giving Jessa grain, because Jessa doesn't need more treats. So I think I might keep them locked in this barn here, in the stall over there, feed out grain. What I could do is I could bring, so if you're new here, we have a Jersey cow in milk and a dry Jersey cow, as well as this Holstein cross now, although the Holstein cross is a loner. So we also milk a goat because God has a sense of humor. Our youngest child can't have cow's milk. Can have a bit, but not a lot. So he can't drink cow's milk and he can't have cream. So we have goats for him. So, hey, easy girl. So figure out the logistics on who all gets milked how and what routine is what's hard. So I think I'll leave the 2 cows locked in, bring the goat in, then let the cows out into where there's a trough in here and they can eat their grain while I milk the goat, and then I can let them out and then let the goat out. So I feel like that's probably my best bet.
I'm milking over here.
Yes, and you can't see my son Mac He's 12, and he's milking the Jersey cow over there. Are you gonna poop? No.
Run, run, run.
Ah! She's learning manners. She don't know you don't poop in a stanchion. So if you find your cow is pooping in the stanchion,
That speaks.
it could be because they're protesting what you're doing. Or it could be that they simply don't have enough time. Like if your cow's usually bedded down and you just get her up and bring her into the stanchion, she may simply not have time to poop. So, oh cats, please do not have a cat fight. Ooh, cats, get out here. Oh, there's 2 cats. And get, psst, psst,
Squirt milk stuff.
psst. I can't squirt milk that far.
You look where far it goes over. Look. Look, Mom.
Okay, well, Mac was right. I scared it away with milk.
See? I can go over.
The last thing I needed was this cow being startled. This morning, a rooster went right in front and crowed. Anyhow, hey Mac, please don't squirt milk at me.
I can go that.
Yeah, she's got bigger teats.
This one's counter right here.
Okay, I had a thought and I lost my train of thought now. Oh, if they're pooping. So sometimes it may be that like they simply need a bit more time before they can come into the stanchion. Get them up, give them a minute to poop, and then bring them into the stanchion. It could be that they just simply don't have enough time.
Cat?
No, just stepped back all of a sudden. See, this is why I don't actually like feeding grain while milking, because I find they step around more. But I want to, hey, no, there's, oh, she has got a very long tongue. Good girl. No, hey, cow. Now she's trying to reach scraps and the trough. This is why I don't like feeding during milking. They never stand as nice. Milking is grain is an after milking treat. Hey girl, just stand still. Hey cow. Okay, can you stand still, cow? I don't like you this close. You need to be a little farther back. What's up?
Logan's moved back, but I feel I move the bucket back, she's gonna move forward.
Yeah? Come on, cow.
And she almost jumped the bucket. Haha, I was right. I figured it out.
I don't really like being this close to the bars. So Mac is giving her another scoop of grain. She's just a little too antsy and she's kind of actually letting down. So I want to milk her out as good as I can. There's a couple squirts left and I just wanted to show you if you have a cow who's giving you a lot of troubles.
Okay, so how are we gonna do this?
Just a sec. We're gonna leave her in. I'm gonna bring the goat in. Just a second, Mac. Stand here. Mac, just wait a second, okay? Stand here like you would when you're washing and just strip onto the ground. If you just really need to empty them, it's more important to have a good milking than to get the milk for the house for the first couple milkings. So to just see, and then I'll, oh Jesus. Come on over that way, come on. Come on. Okay, she's done now. But I just wanted to show you that just doing this, and then if she's kicking away from you, and you're hopefully, even like if she's kicking and you're nervous, and you let go, like immediately just try and hold on some way, touch her udder, just to show her that you're not giving up. It's a little dark, but what I was trying to explain here is we have these troughs in here because they used to keep sheep, the people that we bought this place from. So the gate's still closed. I could see Jessa, you can kind of just see the back of Jessa behind there. She's waiting. But these two are having their dairy ration, and I've got a goat to milk. This is not my milk bucket, that's just there. So after my third milking, I then went to Bible study with the friend that I got Delilah from. And I said how Delilah was really still pushing me against the panel a lot, and it was frustrating, and I then wouldn't trust her with our kids. And she said, well, what side are you milking Delilah from? And I said, I'm milking on the right-hand side. She said, well, the robot milks on the left-hand side, and she's used to having a panel against her right-hand side. So the next milking number 4, I milked her from the other side with the kick bar on the other side, and it was night and day. She stood still so much better. And by milking 5, I think, I was no longer milking with the kick bar. I was totally comfortable with how she had calmed down, and I haven't milked with the kick bar since. She still definitely doesn't like the cats. If this one black cat runs underneath of her, she will swat her leg. But otherwise, that made such a big difference. So I think that's something to pay attention to when you're getting a cow. What side was she milked from? I had never thought about that before in the same way, because in not robot milking, they're quite often dealt with from both sides, but the robot is so consistently just one side. The last thing is I wanted to show you some exercises that are really helpful if your hands are sore from milking. I have 3 different exercises for you. The first one is really simple. You're just going to hold your hand out and you're going to meet, so your palms meet, and you're going to pull not on your fingers but on your palm. And you're just doing this, like, I guess kind of sometimes, like I start on just my palm, and this is just really stretching this here. After it's stretched for a bit, then sometimes I will move to my fingers, but just go gentle on your stretches. So do that on both sides. And I don't know, count to 15 or something. Do what feels good. Okay, so you're against a wall and your arm is bent, and then you're gonna straighten your arm and your hand's gonna be spread, and you're gonna look away when you straighten. Count to 10 and then relax, turn back, straighten, turn away. Do that a few times too, both sides. The last one is probably one of the ones that feels the best in my opinion. This is funny, but I couldn't find any other appropriate corner and I didn't have anyone home to film me. So you're just putting your arms up at 90-degree angles and leaning forward into the corner, and this feels amazing as a chest opener, and I highly recommend. I hope you enjoyed this video on taking a cow from a robot milker to hand milking. Some tips and tricks and things that I swear by. This is the second cow I've had from a robot milker. Clover was actually, first she was like not parlor milk, tie stall milking? I don't know how you'd call it. The cows are all in stalls, like they all come into the barn for milking, they all go into a stall, and the milking machine, they move it down like on this rail system, whatever. But then she was robot milked. I've had cows from multiple different milking situations, train them to hand milking. It's not for novices. You do need to have some large animal experience, in my opinion. I used to be very scared of a cow kicking at me. Now I'm like, girl, I don't got time for that. And your attitude and demeanor and energy that you bring to milking time makes a huge difference. So, unmilk that goat, all those to eat, and have a lovely weekend. I don't know if this video is going out on a Saturday or a Wednesday. I put up videos every Wednesday and Saturday, by the way. So if it's Wednesday, I hope you have a lovely Wednesday. If it's Saturday, I hope you have a lovely Saturday. If it's a totally different day, I hope your day is marvelous, friend.